Hopefully I'm back. No idea what happened. Don't know what that was. My phone literally turned itself off. So, sorry about that if you're in the chat, if you're watching. I have no idea what happened. All I know is that my my phone decided it was done and just turned off. I have no idea. We're gonna keep trying. If it happens again, I will try to come back, but no promises at this point. But we're gonna keep going. Hopefully this all stays together. Maybe I can stitch it together later. I don't know. That was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like my phone, I saw Joker's thing about losing me, and then my phone froze like immediately thereafter. I have no idea what happened. It's weird. So what do we want to talk about tonight? Anybody have any topics of conversation? Or do we just want to have color commentary of my stun team? So we're going to have Cersei remove those debuff immunities. You're going to have Metallo stun the Huntress. Stream cannot. Connection is not stable. Okay. I don't know what to do about that anymore. Try and get that Huntress out of here. That should do that. Okay. Taunted back up. That's good. Get rid of the Cyborg. Oof. Big oof. Get that assist from Metallo. Nice. Let's get rid of this Howl now. There it is. Alright. Nice and easy. Hopefully you guys can see me. Let me know if you can still hear me and see me, because I have no idea. Hopefully this is working. I would be very sad if it wasn't, because I promised to do a stream today. Alright, so we got a camo. I want to switch this team up at all. Little fuzzy? Yeah, and like I'm connected on my internet, so I'm not really sure what I can do about it, unfortunately. I think we're gonna switch off the Let's try that. I think having Swamp Thing on there to purge off the dooms from camo is a good idea. And just being able to get some meter advantage on these slightly slower guys aside from Castaway. Yeah, it does, unfortunately, but you try to not to. Let's speed him up. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and just keep buffing up here, and we're gonna do that. Get rid of him. Nice. The Huntress getting it in there. So now we gotta get Swampy down. There's Huntress. I love Cyborg personally, so he's actually quite useful in lower gears. I know at higher gears he's not as much as he used to be, but he still hits like a truck. Like, I don't know how you can argue that one. And there we go, Huntress going off. So, yeah, I'll bring in Cyborg to one of these here, and we'll show off what he actually does, because he's real good at certain things. He's real good on a Lex team. Not gonna lie. He's also good with the Cheetah, because those extra strength ups are just extra strength that allows him to do his thing. Sure, we're gonna show off the Cyborg. And I know a lot of people that don't like Cyborg because Arcus just does it better. There's Black Mass, Sersky, Jessica Cruz. I think it could be good. Like, I think if you go with Constantine lead, or even a Martian Manhunter lead actually sounds really good to me, because if you have his leader ability, it adds awareness to everybody as they're dying. I really like that. Jessica Cruz is now no longer a leader, so that should be really good. In theory. I think one of the things that you're going to want in that team is a person who actually taunts on their own. Somebody like maybe Wonder Woman DOJ or Penguin actually sounds really, really nice, just so that they can keep taunting. I think that would be a good fit. Unfortunately, Penguin only uses his Henchy Penguin attack the first time he dies, so don't get to see it a whole bunch of times. I did check into that one. However, somebody like Star Sapphire on death when she does her heal, that is repeatable, as I proved during this raid, because I ran Cersei and Star Sapphire in the raid. Paragorilla Barda could also be real good, yeah. Any of those characters who just passively taunt up. I'm not sure that Paragirl passively taunts. You want someone who's able to do it passive. I also like running Lex lead with those teams, because it allows Cersei to maintain her health while allowing the other characters to die. And I think that's a big boon that you are missing out on if you don't use it. This. Star Sapphire's basic has the int ups from her legendary. Cyborg gets plenty of buffs on his basic. So something like this would be just a generic Cersei team that I've been running at Gear 8, and it's been really good for me, because you drop it in, and if, Cyborg or Star Sapphire die, they do their thing anyway. It doesn't change what they're doing, really. Oh, right. Derp-a-derp. Didn't actually use the basic first. So I'm representing Cyborg's AI right there. But only if you're the AI. If the computer has him on the defense, he doesn't do that. He only uses his basic on defense. It's quite funny. Come on, lose the immunity. $12K basic. Just boop. Gotta love it. I love that my bot teams that I'm getting are the +9s. And then my human teams that I have are the +6s. I think it's funny. Oh, that energy already. Gotta go grab some. Let's grab our other stuff while we're here. Okay, so to apply True Sight to himself. That is the biggest thing I want out of him. Is that basic applying True Sight to himself so that he uses his triangulating blast and then can cannon whoever the heck he wants. I think that is a huge boon that Cyborg needs. Well, I mean, aside from a stat boost, obviously, yes. Another thing that Cyborg really wants, in my opinion, is his leadership is completely overshadowed by Lex at this point. It's a buff-carrying leadership that applies a little bit of meter. It's 12% meter. Lex's legendary leadership applies a 10% meter, and you get that massive overheal. So it's not as important to have Cyborg doing that anymore. So I think what I would like to see out of him is very much a Brainiac-style ability. Well, Brainiac's the only one I can think of that has a similar ability that I'm thinking, where Cyborg allows anybody to call assist. I would love to see a 10% chance if an ally attacks to call assist, with a plus 10% if that ally was a Titan. So it's 20% chance. I'm trying to not make it overpowered. Obviously, I could push it to way overpowered levels and say that if they're a Titan, they automatically get the assist. But or if base level is like 15% or something, like there's lots of ways to make it overpowered. So I think that those are the two biggest changes that I want to see in Cyborg, is his leadership, and he can still stay a leadership and have that assist call thing. That would be fine with me. I would love to see something like that as a leader ability, because then the eventual Night Ring rework, I want to make his leadership a passive, and then have him and Beast Boy bouncing all over the place, and Cyborg calling the assists all over the place. I would love it. I would go nuts. Titans FTW. So I can dig that. Although if we're going to go that route, maybe we tone it down just a little bit and do like an 8%. That way it's not super OP, but it's like 35 at max. I don't know. It's hard to balance that because calling assists 100% on every attack that any ally makes would be just insane. So, whew, got me all hot and bothered though. Give me them Titans. Like that. Those are the two things that I want to see out of Cyborg: is his basic giving True Sight, and how's it going? Welcome to the stream. And his other ability I would love to see is his leadership. I would love to see it granting the ability to call assists from various allies. All right. Go away. Let's get rid of you. Sure. Okay, that was weird. Nice. Got the stun off of Cersei. Got a couple of dooms there, but they don't matter. So, get there. Get it done. There we go. Newer player, but unless you're getting to R5, L1, there's not much of a point, really. I mean, so let's... Who are you? Let's just... Unfortunately, he got the heal, but we got everybody on him, so it works. Love stun teams. They're super strong. Do allow me to punch up every now and again. Team in any way. If anybody could translate that for me, I would much appreciate. I am not, unfortunately, terribly fluent in my Spanish. Aqualad is okay. I think Constantine is really good. Siren is pretty decent also. I think, honestly, all the Mystic Bleeders are quite good. They're all pretty good in their own way. It's just a matter of... And Cass, like, that's something you can do. Like, these are all ways to play. Like, it's just a matter of how do you play and how do you want the bleed team to respond to things. I'm partial to the stun bleeds myself because having control over when your opponent acts and allowing bleeds to trigger without getting retaliations and stuff is a very strong way to play. So I'm partial to Aquaman. But I think pretty much everybody has a good place right now with the Mystics. As far as the bleeders, I think Constantine's probably the best overall. Just strong kit in general. He does need a little bit of an update. He's a little bit behind at this point. And then Cheetah, again, is also really strong, along with Swamp Thing. And Siren is... I don't think you can ever go wrong with Siren, just throwing it into a team. She, on her own, can enable herself fairly nicely, so... I could talk for hours on this, dude. Why do you start on this on me? Why do you start this on me? Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I ran a what was it, Red Hood, Cheetah, Siren, Black Manta team for a long time, just because Cheetah opens up with her AoE strength ups, and that whole team has AoEs that rely on strength, and that was the plan. And we just, beat people up with that. Usually only one round of combat. And that right there is why Cyborg is good. Get that explosion. Taking out one of the tankier leaders in the game. And yeah, Red Hood is... He'll pop into the shop someday, don't worry. Like, he is real good. They know that. He'll be around at some point. I think we'll just keep trucking with this or the stun team. These are the two teams that I think we're going to stick to tonight. Unless something else pops up that I need to address. But I think these two teams are pretty universal. Especially when all I'm doing is fighting bot teams. Doesn't help either. So let's take out the Sinestro. And if you guys think of a team that I might be able to field, please say something and I will happily try to field it. So... Look at those big chunks on Cyborg. There it is. You know what? I also wouldn't mind if Cyborg became special damage. Now that I'm thinking about it. But at the same time, it might make him overpowered, just because of Lex. That and a lot of people keep getting converted to special damage, so maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe he needs to stay strength. I don't know. No, I think we need some swamp action here. Just in case. From 0 to L4, from 0 to 3rd player, and we came back during... Yeah, Captain Adam month was good. Well, soon enough, it'll be different. My Artemis is R3, and my Hippolyta is R4. That one won't be changing, but that Artemis will be changing. And I should hit L1, maybe L2, but should be able to get L1 at least. So I've been enjoying Artemis during the once the intelligence ups. So I've got him at L3, and honestly, I could have gone more. Do I need it? No, not necessarily. But with L1, if I was L2, I'd be happy with L2. Like, I think honestly, every upgrade you get for him is good, so you can't go wrong with more. With Martian Manhunter, he came out really nice with his rework. So that's kind of my advice on Martian Manhunter. He's just good all around, and be happy with whatever you got, because it all just makes him better. You get more when you can. And again, the order is going to depend on where you get him to, too, also. I knew for a fact that I had to have his leadership just because I'm staying at Gear 8. So, and I knew that I wanted to be able to rely on getting those awareness if my teammates die. Which I know you don't like playing. Let's just get you out of here. Same with you. So if you know going into a challenge, hey, I'm going to be able to get about this much, will that make him useful? Will it not make him useful? Then you can go into with, a goal into the challenge. Like, I haven't barely touched the Ares challenge because I don't think I'm going to be able to get more than R4, maybe R5. I do love the idea of Ares with Cersei, though, because if Ares dies, Cersei just revives him with his Enrage. And while enraged, his basic attack stuns. I love it. Sounds amazing. Not only that, but he gains the stamina ups to heal himself over time as your party, or as crits and stuff are thrown out as well. So I think Ares is a really good fit for Cersei. I don't think I'm going to get him far enough to make him useful for me. That doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to go into the challenge at all. It just means I need to be aware of that while I'm doing it. How much priority do I want to put on trying to push further into the challenge by upgrading characters or whatever? That's what you want to figure out before you go into a challenge, I think. And yes, I like to ramble. So sorry if I just go on and on about a particular subject. Yeah, it's always good to take a look at a kit. You never know what'll change, what'll come up to make a character interesting all of a sudden. And you look at Ares, yeah, you may not fit into a lot of teams just because he has that enrage mechanic that he likes to throw out there. But let me tell you, put that with Cersei and he's now permanently enraged because he died. That sounds really cool and really silly because it's throwing out stuns. Like, it's good to know that. So that if you ever come across a team that has that for whatever reason, because not everybody plays meta. So it's always good to know your opponent. I've watched other streamers that they're just like, oh, well, I'll just do this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're going to get wrecked, look out! And then they die, and it's funny. Just because somebody doesn't know what's going on with, particular. It's always good to know your enemy. In my eyes. Cyborg just going off here. See how much damage. 26. That's a gear 8. 26,000 damage. So people want to knock Cyborg, but Cyborg's real good against the evasion metas, because he says he can't miss. Oh look, I used my basic. I can't miss now. So you suddenly stop caring about evasion with the Cyborg around. And with Lex's leadership being what it is, and when Cyborg's basic says, I can't miss my next attack, heal the teammates, and give them 10% meter while I'm at it, you start paying attention to that kind of stuff. Like that's saucy, is what that is. So, but you know, Lex being who he is, so. But like, look at that! Just I'm gonna punch Bane for 8,000 with my basic. Lex crits for 22. But he's getting intelligence ups, so I mean... Yeah. That's what you relied on in this challenge if you were lower gear. I know I did the same thing. Stuck everybody in front of Cersei and had Cersei in the back, and everybody died except for Cersei, and then she revived them, and then everybody died except for Cersei, and she revived them. And eventually you got there, hopefully. So, it was interesting. Not gonna lie. You are right. Out of energy again. Yeah, we've moved up about 2,000 ranks, because we were at about, or a little under 9,000, so almost 3,000 ranks, I should say. So we're moving up rather nicely. Does anybody know what the current cutoff for top 1,500 is, by chance? Man, just all bot teams right now. Hope you all had fun over the raid weekend. Did not have fun during the raids? I mean, that's fair. It's not the most fun experience to raid. I managed to get all the character shards and complete like level milestone 33 or something. That's alright. If you're on the Discord server or on the Reddit, we can find you an alliance, no problem. So, if you're not on the Discord but you want to be, you can find it through the Reddit. That's for sure. Or I can try to leave it once this is all over, I can put it into the notes maybe. Yeah. Punches him over and over and over. Every time Darkseid punched Sinestro in the face, I did my best Jim Ross impression from WWE. And I just, oh, Sinestro's down! Sinestro's hurt! Is he gonna get back up? There's a slobber knocker! I just did that every time I saw Sinestro get punched in the face by Darkseid. It made it a little bit more bearable. So... You gotta have fun in additional ways sometimes. Oh, we can absolutely find you that. That is not a problem. Well, there may be some requirements weekly, but we can get it to where it's low. And top 100 may be an issue if you don't want to try that hard. But let me think. I think Joshua Rar's alliance, the 1500, doesn't have any weekly requirements, but do relatively okay in raids. So might be able to hook you up with that one if he has any slots open. He's another streamer. He streams on Twitch. If he doesn't have any slots open, I'm sure we can find you something at least, and at least can get you some free gems for raiding and some character shards. Nice. It was a good goal. I have to look at how many I actually got. I didn't even look. I'll do that here in a second. Now that you're mentioning it, I said I should have L1, but I didn't even look at what I got. Oh, jeez, I'm bad. I feel bad, though, because my alliance carried me hard this one. I feel bad. I might end up leaving just on the feel bads. Because I don't like mooching. I like being able to work for my rewards. Just really felt like I was mooching off of my alliance this time. $49.14, $49.19, 22 million points. Top. My alliance finished 32nd. Milestone, leaderboard. Yeah, but what's the... Oh, there it is. Okay, so I got 50. I did fall out of that bracket, darn it. No, I should have done a few more, but I got 50 there and 80 there, so 130. 130 plus the 86 that I have there puts me at, what, 216? Shoot, I think I'm short of L1. Yeah, I didn't end up doing that. I did buy the raid packs, though. And probably... I'm going to wait for the PvP week next month to get my Artemis up if I miss out. Yeah, you get a lot of rewards. I mean, develop it at your own pace. Don't force it just because you think that an alliance is going to make you look better and everything else. Like, get into an alliance, that's fine. But don't, let them pressure you into building up characters that you don't want to build up or wasting resources that you don't want to use. You still need to play the game for you to have fun. Otherwise, it becomes a chore, and that's when you start not having fun. And not having fun leads to you quitting. And, yeah, this game is so good that why would you risk quitting? That's my thought on it. It's just like any game, though. You gotta look at any game like that, whether you're a longtime Magic player, whether you play Dungeons and Dragons, whether you play Warhammer, whether you play any other mobile game, whether you play PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, any game that you play, that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta play to have fun. You can't play to have work. Okay. It's nice to watch the opponent not get a turn. Oh, they took a turn. No worries about being late. No worries. We're not on time constraints or anything like that. So glad you could make it at least.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you already put her to bed?
Yeah, she's in bed.
And stop Harley. A nice hit there from. I love. There's the taunt. Go away. Did it taunt? Nope. Alright, well, I gets punched in the face anyway, so it's fine. I got awareness about everybody else, so. Alright. I do want to at some point break out Deathstroke again. So, okay. Starting out a new account fresh, you can find all the VODs on YouTube, here on YouTube, on the WRO channel. Most of them. So I miss out on that. But I do have a lot of fun with it. Like, as you can see, my roster is growing quite nicely. You know, I certainly won't complain. One of my biggest complaints with the bigger roster was that PvP had grown stale and, you know, events weren't challenging. So I'm having a lot of 11 is that everything is one shot. Everything. Oh, if it doesn't one shot, it's not worth it, guys. You gotta do it. Like, it's gotta be one shot. Like, I disagree with that. I think the game is a lot more fun when people survive and you actually get a couple of rounds of combat rather than it taking 3 seconds and on auto and it's over. Like, that's just me. I'm not sure how you have fun playing 1,000 PvP matches on auto. So, that's my opinion on it. Come on. Load. There we go. Let's clear those out. Let's go ahead and just nope. And nope. And nope. We're going to nope these guys so they don't get to do anything. Because letting them do things is bad. We don't want them to do things. That's good. Not autoing is fine. Like, I dislike autoing. Let's go ahead and do that. And try to beat on this Arcus a little bit while he's stunned. Very nice, very nice. And, oh, so close. Get there, come on. There it is. Alright. Out of danger. Exactly. That's how I've always viewed video games itself. Like, in DCL, I love putting I have to play Titans, to do PvP today, or I have to play All Bleeders, I love doing stuff like that. I do that in a lot of games that I play. I play a very oddball style. I don't play to win. I play to have fun. So, if winning is what grants you fun, then by all means, play to win. You just won't find me doing it. So, do I enjoy winning? Yes. Is it the only reason I play? No. Let's stun the Hawk. stun the Etrigan, which allows the Hawk to go, which we will now stun this, or just get rid of it entirely. I'll take that as well. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's go ahead and do this. Nope, no, alright. Who you calling? No, that's good enough. Take some intelligence downs. Everybody had awareness anyway. Got that stun. Well, thank you. I work very hard to be as awesome as I am. No, I enjoy sharing my knowledge with people, and I'm one of those kind of people that I want to dissect the game. Yes, I am. I am very much a nerd. Yeah, well, I'm back, so I knew it wasn't going to be permanent, and if you haven't, checked out on why I left and all that, I'll give you the short rundown real quick. It was mostly because I had cancer, and I found out I had cancer, and was dealing with that for quite a while. And I still am. So, having all that happen, and then having the game on top of it, the game just became a drag because that's what happened. So yeah, exactly. No purging aside from those AoEs. I have no healing aside from that. So we need to get Chemo gone like now. There we go. Nice. Before those dooms go off. I don't like fighting Chemo without like Swamp Thing or something to purge those off. It's a lot easier when you don't have to worry about it. Because I was real worried that Cersei and Metallo were going to die right there. Alright, let's see here. At least we're getting some actual fights here. Level 74, level 80, level 60. I'm not even looking at my my opponent's levels and stuff. I feel pretty good about what's going on here now all of a sudden. Alright, and so this is what I was talking about earlier, where Cyborg is real good. I do think, though, that we want somebody else with a little bit of can't miss. I think I have his can't miss. I don't remember. Now that I say that. What did I take? Nope, I didn't take his one. His buff immunity. Alright, who else are we going to bring then? Are you? You're not powered up at all. Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot transfer between Android and iOS. That is an unfortunate thing. Mrs. Ogre just went from an Android to an iOS, so she is also starting fresh. So, yeah, and it can be absolutely a good thing. It's been a good thing for me to start over, so maybe it'll be a good thing for you too. Allows you to go back and reconsider characters that maybe you wouldn't have considered before. Oh, that's nice. Let's get that off. And let's get rid of her. Don't like the idea of you being there. Let's get rid of you. I'm not worried about. That's fine. That's fine. We're okay here. Just keep punching. Just keep punching. What are you giggling at? Punch, punch, punch. Alright. Batgirl is no match for the Cyborg. Alright. As we see, we are climbing. We're at 4,000 now, so we've done another couple thousand climb here. Alright. Gotta keep on trucking. Nope, not that one. That one. Oh, I should look at how many gems I get. So I might buy that Atrocitus. Getting 12,000 because my alliance is boss. So 11,000 for the Atrocitus. I might go on that and get that. Might go for that. I don't know yet. Might save them. Try and get some more lanterns later and try to get more Titans for now. So I don't have very many Titans right now. Makes me sad. I'm not a huge fan of lanterns off the top of my head. I do, however, love the enrage mechanic, and what I was talking about with Ares and Cersei could definitely throw Atrocitus into that mix. But let's get focused here. Got a revive comp with a Arcus White Lantern Sinistra lead with Arcus. Yeah, Guy. That's exactly the point. Guy Gardner is going to look real good in that Enrage team. Just say no. There we go. She's not calling me, is she? I'm hearing something. Well, I can go do that real quick. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. See what happens. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. But that's fine. And dandy. Okay. Got rid of that death immunity. And there we go. 6 points. I'm thinking about 2,100 points is where we're going to want to get to. I'm not really sure, though. So, alright. I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to say goodnight to my daughter, and I'll be right back. If y'all have anything, ideas, put them in the chat. Alright, sorry about that. Gotta take care of the little ones. Alright, what do we got here? We got Manhunter, Donna, Urkus, Adam. I think stun team is still okay there. So let's run it on out. Hopefully my Manhunter will trigger his 20%. He does. That's good. They've got awarenesses for days, but it's okay because Cersei just doesn't care. Okay. And that's why we play this team. Gotta get rid of that. Okay. Arcus is down. Oh, jeez. Call it. All right. Got it. Got him in there, coach. Okay. Yeah, it's a solid team. I mean, my only complaint was that Arcus seemed a little out of place, but I know people love their Arcus, so
He packs a punch.
he does. He packs a punch. I know. He punchy. Arcus.
For kids.
People like the punchies.
I like to punch it.
Just in general, people like the punchies. It's how people like playing. Gotta play fast. Gotta punch. And that's why you see hired gun dead shots and Wonder Girls and all this other stuff, because people like the punchies. They like to punch. I like to think about my matches just a little bit more than that. Alright, so the only one who can actively buff is Arcus. So as long as we control the Arcus, we should be fine. Black Adam, Cersei, Lex. Gotta kill the Lex eventually, but we gotta get rid of the Arcus first. Let's just focus on him. There we go. Alright. Nice. Sometimes it... Oh, jeez. Everybody got stunned. I mean, I do like me some Barbarian. I mean, you can look at my name and tell that. Like, I went so far as I didn't even spell my name Barbarian correctly. I had to say, you got to be the Barbarian! And that's how I learned how to spell with the E. Because I mispronounce it because I have a stupid accent. Well, that's why my name is spelled the way it's spelled. Instead of it being Barbarian with an A, it's Barbarian with an E.
Mine's the same.
I know. But that's why it is that way. So if you ever were wondering why, that's exactly why. I'm just a dork. This is the short answer. Because I was like, I need a name for Reddit. What can I name myself? Ogre Chieftain was what I usually went with for other stuff. But I was like, nah, I want to change it up a little bit. I gotta do the Barbarian. And then I spelled it with an E, and it kind of stuck out. So I'm like, you know what? It works. I'm going to own it. It has, however, inspired me to someday play a character in D&D that is a barbarian that also has the profession barber. Because that is something that I now want to do because of my misspelling. I'm a nerd.
Terrifying. I would not want him to do my hair. This I feel not at all.
I mean... You can facepalm all you want, but... That's where it came from. Just being honest. Time is it? 8:12. We've been going for a little over an hour now. Hope y'all are enjoying the stream. So... I think we'll go a little... Minotaur Barbarian Fiber. Would be cool. And there we go. I think we'll go to about 8:30. And then we'll call it a night, I think. A little over an hour and a half stream. Especially since we had that hiccup earlier on. Let's see if we got... Doesn't look like we have anybody coming up either. Let's mix it up a little bit. Yeah, no, I know. I figured he's not the greatest, but it would be nice to have a Larfleeze-esque character, at least a little bit. He doesn't ramp quite as hard as Larfleeze, so there is that. Metallo, man, he has been a beast for me, though. I'll tell you that. Everybody gave Metallo a bunch of crap when he came out, and I still think he was the best one that came out that month, and by far and away one of the best characters that's come out in a while. He's been real good. Because we got Cersei and Metallo, and both of them were absolutely amazing. So, and Artemis is real good too. Don't get me wrong. I still think Cersei steals the show as the freebie, just because of what she does is so unique. Yeah, no, at lower levels, Metallo is absolutely a house. So. Goodbye. 60 grand. Jeez. Highest one I've seen tonight, 60,000. Jeez. Alright, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of searching on Discord maybe and find out where this cutoff is for 1,500, but I'm trying. We are getting there. We may be getting there the hard way, but we're getting there. That's what happens when you play a lot of matches. You get a lot of defense log. So, 8:17, we got 13 more minutes of stream, and then we'll call it a night. Because I got other things to do as well. I'm sure you all do too. But thanks for hanging out with me while I do this silly raid or silly Wraith Arena thing. Almost said silly raid thing, but I've not been raiding. I've been doing Wraith. Let's do something else. Let's mix it up a little bit. Yeah, I probably am. I'm the only one in WRL who uses Cyborg. Most likely. It's not exactly a character that a lot of people get behind. But I love Cyborg because of the cartoon when I was younger. And honestly, the character in the early game, when the game first came out, was such a beast. Such a house. By the way, this is my Red Alert team. Since this is a bot team, I figured, why not? Yeah, exactly. You gotta mix it up sometimes. Can't all be carbon copies. Booyah! Exactly. And yeah, he is worth the gear, honestly. My original account, I have an RB2 Cyborg, and he was my raids heavy hitter. So I know one of my alliance mates would make fun of me for not having Arcus rebirthed, and I had Cyborg rebirthed, and I'm like, but I do just as much or more damage with Cyborg as the Arcus does. So What?
Marcus doesn't miss.
Yes, he does. Cyborg doesn't miss.
Yes, he does. I've seen
No.
this.
A properly used cyborg cannot miss. His basic says next attack cannot miss. Arcus, on the other hand, does not say cannot miss. What are we gonna do here? Let's have some fun. Yeah, rewatching the OG Titans is something that I need to do too. Watched first couple seasons. We had them at the local library. But I need to find the other ones. I think I only watched the first two and then the last one. So it was like 1, 2, and 6 or something. 1, 2, and 5. I don't remember. But it was really awkward. And I'm not saying it, anything like that. I just need to find the other ones. Alright, let's see here. Let's blow out Sinestro. Jeez. 35,000 damage. Alright. 6, 8, 9. Love seeing the bot teams just giving me 9 points. Like, I'll take it. I do enjoy fighting the players a little bit more just because, they give me a little more to think about than the bot teams. Unfortunately, I'm just not seeing them all that much. So, we got a level 18 though, 19,000. I think that's going to be a little rough. Level 80 player. Let's at least look at that. Decide whether or not we're going to beat that or not. And then we'll continue on. Let's see here. Okay, will the stun team, because I think they're going to have a better chance. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. We got a 2,000k deficit. You can tell that they're gear 10, or gear 9 at least, versus my gear 8s, and they have significant legendary levels on me as well. Also have the Mara, who's gonna be annoying, but maybe we can get some work done here. Okay, got that. Let's get rid of this Lex, hopefully. That's what I was trying to avoid, but it's okay. We'll just do this. Darn it. Die. Okay, got her. Okay. Oh, geez. This is where it goes south real quick. I don't have her currently, but when I used her previously, she's pretty good. Like, she definitely has her uses. She is one of those characters that if you build her up, she is worth the use. Her kit is quite good. And she goes damage immune. Lame. Get stunned. Okay. Now I have to sit here and wait out this stun. Yeah, finding time to gear up is a problem at times. She is worth using. She's not great, but she's solid as a character. See if I can purge off some of this. Stun up again. Stacking these awareness on my guys, so hopefully they don't die. If she does get in tank. Alright, got her. Only lost Metallo, and unfortunately was also with heal immunity, so he didn't come back to help out, but that's okay. Got that big 16 points. Love it. Get this board clear. After all. And this is what I love about stun teams. You get to punch up a little bit because being able to manipulate who gets a turn and who doesn't is really powerful. So, yeah, the more you expand, yeah, it's not even just expansion, it's the higher ranking gear that you have. If you end up trying to gear out people and you're trying to gear up to gear 10, it's a lot harder than gearing everybody to gear 4, you know. So the higher you get, harder it gets. That's for sure. And that's why I decided to stick at gear 8. So, okay. Got that death immunity triggered. Let's get that stun on there, but we can't land it. Oh, she got the purge! Boom! Okay, so one thing I will say is if you go from 10.5 to 11, it's likely that you won't be able to compete in Wraith as much anymore. So keep that in mind. So that would be my only tip for you. And yeah, all energy next month. Honestly, that doesn't bother me. Like, if it's all one affinity or not or whatever, that doesn't really affect anything that I'm doing, other than I know that I'm going to farm these particular nodes in campaign during every other day that's not a, alliance mission, and I'm going to farm all this stuff on, Wednesday and Sunday because of the gear event. Like, that knowing that helps a lot, I think, honestly. So I will say, just from the videos that I've seen, don't sleep on Cruz yet. She might be real good. It depends on what gear level you're at, but she looks like she could be really silly. So just be aware. Alright, let's do that and try to group up here. That's not good. Midfield looks really silly. I don't know if you've seen that leadership ability. He looks real silly. Like, they all look really good next month, so we'll see. I honestly say just continue to wait and see what happens, because there may be something that happens that you're just like, oh, I need to do this. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard to decide what you're going to do with your. All right, we got a 7 to 13 and 11 to 18, and 11 to 18, and we got like 2 minutes. So we'll do those 3, and then we'll call it a night. Ooh, I don't like the look of that one, but we're going to try it anyway with the full stun team. Alright. I think we just lose. Yeah. He's immune? Jeez. Alright. This is our chance to turn it around. Let's see if we can turn it around. Get rid of Arcus. Alright, got rid of Arcus. Still gotta deal with Soups, but that's okay. They can beat on him all they want. That is fine and dandy with me. Ha! I fooled you! Okay. His awareness from Metallo dying over and over, saving my butt. I love it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna get this win, dagnabbit. We get the Superman gone, and I think we're okay. Okay. I think we're in the clear now. Take down. There we go. Alright. There we go. There we go. Boom! Alright. Oh, that looked real gross for a second. I'm not gonna lie, I almost retreated. Ho, ho, ho. Almost retreated. Glad I didn't. Got that nice 11 points out of that. Yeah. Hey, Metallo did his job. That's all I'm gonna say. He gave like 20 away. Oh god, I can't even bother to fight that. I'm not even gonna bother. Like, no. Metallo did his job, gave everybody like 20 awareness that match. Alright, this one. Alright, as long as I can keep the Cyborg down, I think I can take the others out. This is going to be tricky though, to keep that Cyborg down. Let's see. See what happens. This is a punch-up for sure. Yes! That may secure it. I haven't even started the match, and it might be over already. Let's just beat on these people then. Depends on the type of hero challenge. The 10-day challenges for like Cersei and Metallo, I was going through node 23 of 24. And then with the 6-day challenges where Cyborg and Martian Manhunter, I was able to clear it all. With the Reverse Flash challenge, I wasn't able to clear. I was able to clear the non-legendary version, but not the legendary version at all. I think I cleared node 1, maybe, on the Reverse Flash challenge, and I haven't really gotten around to the Ares one yet. But I've been doing okay as far as challenges, so I'm doing all right. So I think we're going to call it a night there. We are currently at 1996. This is exactly what I want to do. Okay, so what I want to do here is run. I need to be careful. I need to run match by match and check back here constantly to make sure my number doesn't cross 1,500. Because once it does cross up into 1500, I'm going to have every opponent in the top 1500, and I'm not going to have these bot matches anymore, I don't think. So I got to be real careful with my refreshes at this point. So, but I'll do that off screen, and I'll report back on it if I do any well. So, but that's all I got for tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Glad we got a couple of good matches in there at the end to showcase that you can punch up. I'm not even going to try that Wonder Girl one. But we'll catch you all next time, and maybe I'll do this again next weekend. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe Wednesday. But have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you all next time. Where's the
You didn't do your grind.